one of the guys that has been kind of like a cult favorite in college basketball circles in recent years because he goes to Princeton, because his name is Xaivian, which is like one of the coolest names in college basketball, and because he has NBA potential while playing in an Ivy League program. It looks like he is going to be one of the most sought after guys that I've heard. I know you got info on this, but the three schools that I heard linked with him: Kentucky, Duke, and Florida. Like, it doesn't get much bigger than Kentucky, Duke, and Florida.
Yeah, you're right on Duke and Florida, and the third one is St. John's. Those are the three. Those are the three from what I'm told per sources. But I think it's going to come down to Duke and Florida ultimately. But St. John's is right there. They're in the mix as well. Again, this is a kid who obviously comes from the Ivy League, so you got to look at that Duke component academically and how much that will figure in. Obviously, Florida coming off the national title, and St. John's with Rick Pitino, and maybe trying to pair him with the next guy that we're going to talk about here. I won't give it up, but Ian Jackson at Carolina. So I think those are probably the three right now that are the clear favorites. Florida, Duke, St. John's for Xaivian Lee, one of the best point guards in the portal. And one of the things that people need to know here are the point guard position right now probably is going to draw as much money as any position. There just aren't a ton of high-end point guards. That's why Rob Wright is going to command $3 million. Xaivian Lee should command the same number at the end of the day because there just aren't a lot of high-end point guards right now, and people understand the value, obviously, of having one of these guys that's proven.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true. When it comes to St. John's, what they've gotten in the portal already, Josen Sinan, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, Josen, if I got that wrong. Bryce Hopkins is joining forces there, and Zuby Ejiofor is returning to school, which is as big of a win probably as anything that you're going to find. They got a lot more they got to build out in that roster, but Simeon Wilcher is obviously a nice addition there. And then Duke, there's some moving parts still at Duke. Obviously, Cooper's gone. Obviously, Malawaka's gone. And obviously, Con Knippel is going to be heading to the NBA. When you're a top 10 pick, you go. When you're the number one pick, you go. But beyond that, it looks like it could be interesting to see how the rest of some of that stuff plays out and who ends up staying, who ends up going, who Shire decides he wants back. Does Shire decide he doesn't want some of these guys back? So that will be an interesting thing to monitor. Let me ask you this about Xaivian. How do you see his adjustment up? Because one of the things that I am a little bit worried about with players like him, not specifically him, but just the mid-major guys, is when they move up to that next level. Sometimes you get Jacoby Gillespie, sometimes you get JP Pegues.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to get closer to Jacoby Gillespie than JP Pegues in this one. I mean, Xavian's a terrific passer, high IQ. He can score. He rebounds his position. He shoots it very well. He's gotten better shooting the ball, obviously, over the course of his 3 years in college. He's done it against, some high major teams, which helps him. Obviously, again, you look at what he's done in the Ivy. He's been terrific. But I think most schools that I've talked to don't worry about the adjustment that he'll have to make from a physical standpoint, even from an athleticism standpoint, going into some of these higher leagues.
Yeah, he's bigger. I think he is a little bit more athletic. He had two triple doubles last season. He had a triple double at St. Joe's, and he had a triple double against Penn in the semifinals of the Ivy League tournament.